Meghan Markle and Prince Harry make another stop on their privacy tour, this time in my home state of Texas, where they regaled the participants of the South by Southwest conference attendees with tales of it's not catty, it's cruel.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to my vidcast StudioJake, where I talk about all things pop culture. And what is more pop culture to talk about than the royal rogues themselves, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Yes, true believers, it is true. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle took a break from, you know, lying about being chased through Manhattan, from going to Africa to help the needy and making that about themselves, from accepting awards for calling out bigotry and racism only to say they never did that. All of that is what the couple have been known for, making bad documentaries on Netflix, um, doing poorly edited podcasts on Spotify, not knowing what certain words like archetype means. Yes, they took a break from all of that in order to stop in the Lone Star State of Texas, where they went to the South by Southwest conference, which I don't know what is up with South by Southwest. It's supposed to be a music conference, but then it has evolved into let's try to fit television, film, news, digital punditry all into one location. It's been very confusing over time. The only thing good about it is Elijah Wood likes to attend it every year. That's the only cool thing about it, it seems. But I digress on that. So, what's so funny is when Meghan Markle was announced that she would be attending, they were expecting like, "Oh, Meghan Markle, she's making another appearance." But instead they got Meghan Markle is making another appearance. Exactly. Exactly like that. According to Yahoo News, it says that when they announced that she would be not a panelist and a keynote speaker, the comment section of the Instagram post where they made the announcement was not happy. One user writes, and again, this is according to Yahoo News, why? Megan contributes nothing but empty words. Grifter, it's a pass for me. Well, she discussed how she's a narcissist with laughing emojis. What a joke. LOL, vapid blather guaranteed. And you know what? It seems they were not too far off from that. Whenever she arrived there, she participated in a Women in Media panel, which she is not a woman in media. She's been fired from every media outlet she's participated in. She was a minor character in Suits. She was a suitcase girl on a game show, and she had a podcast that was canceled because she couldn't make all the episodes by she could not make all the episodes she was contractually obligated to. So now she's talking with the other panelists, which for some reason included Katie Couric, who they call a journalist, actress Brooke Shields, and a sociologist named Nancy Wang Yuan. So maybe with the exception of Katie Couric, because she's actually, worked for a news outlet. What does this have to do with women in media? Like, where's Megyn Kelly? Where's Cheryl Atkinson? If you're going to do punditry like with Katie Couric, where's Dana Lash? All of these folks are way bigger than any of these panelists, maybe with the exception of Brooke Shield. But no, South by Southwest is going to give us garbage. But what the quotes that Meghan Markle made specifically that is ginning up all of the attention is she goes off again. Oh, I'm such a victim. I'm such a victim. Woe is me. And what's really disturbing about this is she plays the pregnancy card. Remember, she's pro abortion, but no, she's going to play the pregnancy card. So this is what she says. The bulk of the bullying and abuse that I was experiencing in social media and online was when I was pregnant with Archie and with Lily, with a newborn with each of them. Why people would be so hateful during a tender and sacred time. Again, she's pro abortion, so she could have, ended the life of her children in the womb at any time, which I just find abhorrent. And then she's going to say, oh, it's a sacred time. Give me a break. One of her comments that is getting a lot of steam is she said, "It's catty, not cruel," because guess what? The majority of the people who were coming after her were other women. So Meghan Markle sets herself out as some sort of feminist icon because she managed to weasel her way into the British royal family, and she's like, "Look at me, I don't bow to no man or woman." She's done things like just flaunted, the regal duties that she's supposed to have. She's made Lady Catherine cry, all of this other ridiculous stuff. But she's like, no, I'm the icon of all things feminism. And so now she's going on and saying it's catty, not cruel, when she discovers that the majority of her detractors are in fact women. She says, and this is according to My San Antonio, it's really dizzying for mothers to see this betrayal of motherhood that looks so perfect when we all know it's not perfect. We all know that it's messy. And again, she says she just cannot make sense of it. And then she goes on, she throws her husband a bone for once. Doesn't call him by name, by the way, but she says, I'm fortunate among the privileges I have in my life. I have an incredible partner. My husband is such a hands on dad and such a supporter of me and my family. Notice she didn't call him by name. She didn't even call him Prince Harry. She just said, my husband. That I don't take for granted. That is a real blessing, but a lot of people don't have that same level of support. So I think for us, it's about putting safeguards in so women and moms especially cannot feel like they're even more vulnerable when they go online. Okay, so then she concludes with this: we have forgotten about our humanity, and that has got to change because I understand that there is a bottom line. I understand that a lot of money is being made there, but even it's making dollars. It doesn't make much sense, or doesn't make sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yes, she's the one making money. She and Prince Harry, they leached off Tyler Perry, they leached off Netflix, they leached off the Obamas, they leached off the Trudeaus. Oh my freaking gosh. The nerve of this woman going off on a tangent like this. She has to it's like she can't help herself. It all has to be about her. She has to say, "Oh, even though I'm this archon of feminism, I'm being attacked by other women. I, me." That's all she ever does. She makes everything about herself. And you know what? That doesn't fly in Texas. In Texas, there's a strong sense of individualism, yes, but there's a strong sense of community about helping out your neighbor with his roof gets blown off. There is not a sense of that with Markle. And as she sits on that stage with those other elitist women going off on all that, and listen, if she was on there with a panel of guys, I would say those elitist men as well. It's not about their gender, their sex. It's about the fact that Meghan Markle is a raging narcissist who wants to be the next Princess Diana, minus being killed in an accident caused by the press, minus all that. But she wants to make everything about herself. It can't just be about the fact that she's a mother, that she wants to inspire other women to be mothers. No, 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 no. It can't be about that. It has to be about all the hateful comments on social media. You know what? I get hateful comments all the time. It happens. It's part of the game. I'm a small creator. I'm not big like insert media figure here. I don't have a big following like that. So, you know what I do? I put a helmet on and I just power through it. I charge through it. Put a helmet on, Meghan Markle. Life is tough. And you and your beta husband, you can do all this, you can gallivant, but people have realized that what your grift is. This is, it's so funny. People call some of my favorite indie creators grifters. I don't think people know what a grifter is. A grifter is someone who leeches on to someone else and then tries to use that to uplift themselves, and that's what Meghan Markle is. She offers no talent, she brings nothing to the table, she just has a perpetual state of victimhood, and that means we're supposed to listen to her. No, bump that noise. That's not how this works. We're not going to do it. we're not going to pay attention anymore. So anyway, I just think that that is so funny that they went through all the trouble of flying to Austin, flying to South by Southwest to give their little spiel. At least they had some good Texas barbecue on the way they were there. That is one thing I will applaud them for. At least they went to a good barbecue restaurant. I did a little research on this restaurant because I was like, for sure, this is probably not a good restaurant, but from all accounts, it actually looks like a decent barbecue restaurant. The place is called La Barbecue in Austin. I've never had barbecue there, so I was all prepared for it to be like some insane fancy restaurant that it's one of those that does those little tiny pieces of meats and then puts a drizzle barbecue. But this place actually looks pretty good, so good for them for at least getting some good Texas barbecue while they were in the Lone Star State. But from all of us, I really hope Harry and Meghan move back to Canada or back to the UK. And once they do, no take backsies, Canadians or Brits. They are yours.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide.